Call the meeting to order.
Thank you.
The Polk County Board of Commissioners, today is May 17th. All commissioners are present, finally. Any comments for items not on the agenda?
You betcha.
All right.
So I want to bring back, present for the board and the public, this little plaque of appreciation from Central FFA. I believe it's for the contribution from the county for the greenhouse project. So I
That is
was
awesome.
there to receive it on our behalf last night. So I just wanted to put that one into the record. Thank you for the recognition, Central FFA.
Cool.
It was their FFA graduation process awards, et cetera, last night. So what a magnificent group of youth and students, so, and supporters. So there it is.
Thank you for that. That's wonderful. Except we have approval of the agenda. I'm hoping we can add on the Grand Ronde reconstruction contract. With that amendment, we have a motion to approve the agenda.
Move.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we have a motion to approve the minutes from May 10th.
So moved.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And on the consent, we have the jail inspection. Do we have approval to approve the consent calendar as presented?
Also move.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, Mr. Whitaker.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Needed to do an add-on to your agenda today for a contract award for the reconstruction of Grand Ronde Road. As you're aware, award got delayed a ways because of getting agreements signed with Yamhill County and the tribe, stuff like that. So did not get the notice of intent to award put out until last week. And then I just forgot to put it on the agenda. So anyhow, we need to have that contract awarded so it can be signed by the deadline this Friday. So the low bid on the contract was $2,273,115.50. And their bid was responsive. So we have now had no protests delivered to us by the deadline yesterday. So I'm recommending award.
So to give just a Cliff Note summary of the project for the public's benefit.
Yes, it will be a full depth reconstruction of Grand Ronde Road from basically Highway 18 to Highway 22. And we'll go down 16 inches and there will be some places where we need to over excavate, where we find some base failures. And then reconstruct the entire road. This time we will put on 6 inches of asphalt. Whereas last time when we first built it was only 4. And so it didn't quite make it the 20 years.
Last longer this time around. Any questions on the contract? That's
And the winner of the contract was?
K&E excavation.
They take it all the way through the whole process, start to finish.
Pardon me?
They take it all the way through,
Yep.
start to finish.
And that total cost will be shared by Yamhill County, Polk County, and the tribe. So it's not all a county project. We're the project manager for the project.
Yeah, correct. It's the tribe's picking up half. And I think Yamhill County is 7% of the total or something like that. Half in their portion, so. I had that exact percentage written down yesterday and I forgot to bring it down.
And not that it matters in the contract, but just out of curiosity, start date, and finish date.
The contract stipulates a start date of, I believe it's June 15th. And we go till October 15th is our last completion date. Normally, we try to stop our construction projects before school starts. But we felt with the size and scope of this project that constraining it to that level would maybe scare bidders away or drive the price up. So we went ahead and made it available to them for till October 15th.
Again, not that it matters in the contract process here, but I know that there was some challenge about detour route. And what is the detour plan?
So they have to submit a traffic control plan to us, but we've stipulated a whole list of conditions that they need to satisfy in that traffic control plan. So we haven't seen that traffic control plan yet, but it's not, there's not going to be a imposed detour that they'll have one lane open, flagger controlled at all times. But there's definitely some constraints as the project moves up as far as making sure roads stay open and people can get to their houses at the end of the day and things like that. So it's going to be challenging from a construction sequencing point that way for the contractor. So I'm anxious for them to submit a plan that's how they intend to do that. Practically speaking, I would expect that when people get used to the construction project, they're going to self-detour. So,
If they can, but
yeah,
there's some that are strictly Grand Ron Road that don't have any alternatives.
correct. And we could probably help with that with some additional signage and stuff like that. We haven't required the contractor to, put reader boards out on the highways or anything like that, but that's something that I would like to see that those, especially the through trucks would self-detour. And I think if they get held up, they will.
And so we're leaving the messaging to the public, to the contractor.
There's some messaging to the public that's going to happen with the tribe. So we are going to get some outreach that goes on. And so the tribe is actively involved in that and wants to make sure that everybody, all the locals out there are aware of the project and what they're doing. I know they published an article in Smoke Signals a month ago, something like that, giving them their first primer to it. And then they want to do some additional ones. Contractor will be more involved with the, personal notifications as they go, putting on door hangers and stuff when construction is going to be impacting a property the next day or the next week, things like that.
And will we be involved in putting out reader boards?
That's unknown at this time. We can be, but we've got needs for all of our reader boards, but that doesn't mean that we can't rent some, or I want to see the contractor's plan first and then say, is there anything else that we want that wasn't required?
Well, my position is, again, it has nothing to do with the contract, but my position is that, we're leading the project, and the more communication we can give the local community members and, freight about pending construction and potential delays, the more you'll mitigate the impacts you're going to receive later. So hopefully that's what we will be a partner with somebody in.
Yeah.
Letting all of those folks know ahead of time.
That's definitely been a lot of conversation about that.
Okay. Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you,
Right.
Todd.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.
Next up, we have reclass of an employee, Mr. Hawkins.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. I am here to request a reclassification of an employee in community development. Specifically, this is Michael Burns. We're requesting that he be reclassified from an assistant planner to an associate planner. He's completed his trial service period, and this is a typical situation, especially when they're going into long-range planning projects and they're going to need his help on that, which would require him to be an associate planner. If approved, the effective date would be June 1st of this year, and it would carry for a 12-month period approximately a $6,000 fiscal impact, including PERS contributions.
Good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Lastly, do we have a need for an executive session today?
No need for an executive session. I probably should have brought it up during comments. Want to reach out to the voters of Polk County and thank them for their support of our public safety levy and its approval. even though the election isn't final on the numbers, it passed, so. It's always nice to have that support.
Absolutely. There's nothing further. We'll adjourn. Thank you.